Man, oh man, I think it's that time of year again where I just need a shave because it's getting a little ridiculous again. But good trading day today. Two nice green trades out of the gate. Not starting off for once with a loser in the last, I think, 2 or 3 days. The first trade of the day was like a 5% loss, and I was like, I'm going to spend the rest of the morning digging myself out of the hole a little bit. But we've been on a nice little green streak. I need to count the days, but I think this is the fourth or fifth, maybe even consecutive green day. So it's a nice little run we're having, and really it just comes down to the fact that I've kind of reduced my position size a little bit. I've given myself a little bit more space. In April, I was getting really aggressive and I was playing catch up. And those two things do not go together. I only had 2 trades. And sometimes I would not trade in the morning because I was like, I gotta get the perfect entry. I gotta wait for that perfect entry because I only have 2 trades. And then I didn't trade till like, I don't know, 10 o'clock. And then I'm like, I got to trade something because the trading day's almost over, or like, at least the morning gap and go day is almost over. And then I would get too aggressive on something I shouldn't be aggressive on. But now with more trades, I'm just, getting aggressive when I see a good opportunity. Although not totally yet. Like, oh God, you'll see it in the charts in a little bit. There was a perfect halt pullback, and then a rip of like 30% that I absolutely chickened out on. I had my limit order ready to go, but I was just like 10 cents a share too conservative. So I should have jumped on that one. I think that was one of the best opportunities of the day. You'll see that one in a little bit. Let's just go ahead and check out the charts now. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, if you enjoy the content. And if you're totally new here, I would love to see you on an upcoming stream. I'll actually talk about how the streams work in a second here, right before we go to the charts. So let's dive into that little video now. I've been getting this question in the comments a bit more often lately, and I just want to kind of answer it. And a lot of people ask, where and how do I join the live streams? And when I have a live stream ready to go, you will see it pop up first thing right here. It will pop up under this $25,000 challenge video. And it will have this thumbnail. And all you have to do is click on that thumbnail and you'll go to the video. And really the biggest, I think, thing that you can do to kind of prepare yourself and just kind of be ready for it. I always have the video pretty much out by like 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time latest. It's almost always there by then. So if you want to just, be ready to go, you can just either write down this YouTube URL to my channel and then just refresh this at 9 o'clock and then click on the video. I also have a Twitter account. All my socials in the video description below. I post the link to my Twitter account every day, or if I'm not going to be available, I'll post it on my Twitter account saying I'm not going to do the stream today. I've almost never done that except 3 days in April when I had tonsillitis and I couldn't even breathe properly. So I didn't stream that day. But basically, yeah, just go ahead and bookmark this page. Yeah, exactly. You can bookmark this page right on, what is that? The toolbar? Is that what it's called? Let me hear. Yeah, so the boom. And then just click this at 9 o'clock and you'll be ready to go. You'll be brought right here and you'll see my stream. So yeah, let's dive into the charts now. I hope this helped. Oh man, you guys are gonna laugh your little butts off. So if you guys were on the live stream, you know that Satoshi called out a pretty nice little sleeper or late bloomer stock, VUZI, and it was nice. And the only thing I didn't like about it, and I said this on the stream, was the fact that there was literally no volume. There was 3 candles with no volume. So for basically 3 minutes, it was not traded. And I always am very cautious on those kind of stocks. But you can see here, VUZI, filled orders. I traded it, I did, and I lost $3 on it. So we had 2 winners today, 1 loser. We ended the day with $86 profit. I know it doesn't sound like that much. We're still growing a small account. But based on our average position size, which is about $1,000, that's an 8.6% day. Not really too shabby. This last trade really just kind of gives me the chuckles a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about VUZI first, because I've already been talking about it now. Where was it? Where was called out? Okay, so VUZI wasn't really doing too much today. Let me quickly go here. Let me scroll this back a little bit and go here. Yeah, they had a little alert come out that they had reports. Zoom reports healthcare now supported on Coast smart glasses. I don't know. Is that a good article? questionable. It moved the company up 18%. But here's the interesting part, and this is something I talk about a lot. So basically, we had a little bit of red to green move here, kind of failed to break higher, but it held its highs well. And I always say a stock that holds its highs well is something to look into around 9:45, maybe 10 o'clock. And around 9:45, almost exactly, it shoots up 15%, has one last pullback here to 197, rips up again, and ever since then, it's been curling up. Somewhere around here is when Satoshi in the live stream chat room called it out, and I was looking into it. I had alert here and I had alert to the downside, and eventually we broke up to the upside at 2.2. I think I was looking at TTPH in the meantime, so I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I was like, oh, okay, it's breaking up. I didn't end up trading this because look right here, we had what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I counted that right. Anyway, about 5 minutes of very, very little volume. And I was like, even if this breaks to the upside, maybe we will get stuck. We won't even be able to really get out. Mind you, I'm still trading with a $1,000 position size. So, I mean, that's really nothing. Lo and behold, some volume does get in here. I was really worried about getting stuck in one of these flash crashes right at the end of the day and having no volume to get out. That's kind of what I was worried about. VUZI kept on running. Didn't really give it enough attention till I saw this right after I ended the live stream. And I was like, this doesn't look too bad. We had a nice breakout here. We're having a pullback back to 2.5, which is a critical multi-month support and resistance zone right here. I like this. So what do I go and do? VUZI, working orders, canceled orders. I place a 2.55 limit order, I think, to get in somewhere here. Is there another VUZI? Canceled. No, wait, hold on. Here, it was this 2.48 and then 2.47. So I was a little bit cautious here. I was like, you know what? If I get this pullback, I would like a little bit harder of a pullback. We never got that. So I missed this run up here, this 8% run up. So let's kind of pull forward a little bit. Has a quick pullback here, so I'm like, okay, we might get one more pullback. It hasn't really gone exponential yet. It hasn't broke past the top end of the VWAP. It hasn't, done that 10, 15, 20% move all above VWAP. So I'm thinking, or above the outer ends of VWAP. So I'm thinking, next big resistance point is at $3. There's a good chance that we might hit $3, maybe go to like 310 or something like that. And we're only at 2.7. So I was like, okay, if we have a nice little pullback here, I'm going to enter it. We get a little pullback. I enter at 62. It was actually a pretty decent entry, but then the bounce was very weak. And you always know what I say. When I say weak bounces are red flags. And I was like, oh man, I think I FOMO'd into this trade. I didn't buy it. When we had so many interesting times to buy it, especially here, except the volume was a little shady. I think I got trapped into this one. This was a pure leftover trade, emotional, maybe FOMO trade. I don't know. This setup was okay, but it's questionable. So I ended up closing this position for a 1 cent per share loss. So I took a $3 loss on this one. Kind of a ridiculous little end of the day, but at the same time, it actually makes me feel kind of good. Maybe I did get FOMO'd into it a little bit, but I stuck to my rules. I cut my losses quickly when my trading thesis no longer went as planned. What I was looking for was a quick, maybe wick pullback like this. Because if we got a wick pullback and a continuation past $3, and I could have made 20% on this trade, I would have been a little bit upset with myself. I would have been like, I called that one out and I didn't take it. That was kind of, ridiculous. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about this little loss. Yeah, I just wanted to start off with that one. What was the big runner on the day was, where was it? IO. I had to think about that for a second. Up $159 million volume, 11 million float, shares outstanding of 15 million, 80% gapper this morning. There's a lot of eyes on this one. This one had a really aggressive, basically 100% rally. Long-term chart-wise, kind of went through some gap down areas here. I think there is a good chance that we might see 4 or 5, but or high 4s or 5s, and maybe even to this area to fill the second gap. But at the moment, it's pulling back. It is, I've been waiting for this thing to consolidate all day, and I generally think maybe it's just consolidating now because we had a really aggressive 100% run up, and out of the gates I was hoping it would pull back to 3, maybe consolidate a little bit more, maybe even dip under 3, hit 2.7, and then have that second big leg to the upside. That's what I was waiting for. We never got that. This thing ripped out of the gates so strong. You know, I just totally missed this move. So IO, did I have a trade on IO? It's not popping up if I did. I feel like I did. This is the one I traded, no? No, we traded TTPH and WTRH. Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, now it hit me. So basically out of the gate, this was a nice gap and go, you know, south of 50 million float, everything fitting our bill, between $2 and $7, trending higher. And then we have a nice little crack here at 360. It rips up 16%. It's a little bit unfortunate that I missed this one. I just felt like I would have had to get so aggressive on this thing. And I was so nervous that either here or when we had this flag pattern here, that we were going to have one of these big, I mean, this was a 20% pullback in 2 candles. So I thought that was going to happen here. And then I didn't buy this breakout. So I was kind of like always missing IO. I was going to buy the pullback here at $3. So that was another missed trade, but so many missed opportunities on IO, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I think this one was just a little tricky to trade, and somehow I'm happy that I didn't lose money on it more than anything. Let's go ahead and talk about things we did trade. And oh yeah, GNUS. This was actually our top pick, lead gapper for the day, and I just want to talk about this one quickly. It's a big reason we don't trade pre-market, because right around here, look what happened to this one. It fell off a cliff, went down 60%. Because this one came out with a direct public offering pre-market. This was at 9:15 a.m. So right now I'm in Berlin. So this is 6 hours back, or 6 hours forward. So if you go 6 hours back, that puts it to, my God, I can't do calculations anymore. This is basically 3:15, which is 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So, oh, that's why it was so confusing. I was adding 6 to the this and thinking that was in Florida. Okay, so let me go back here. Oh, I'm having some issues scrolling. Okay, there we go, wrong direction. So yeah, this one was gapping up 200%, 20 million float, really nice. But that direct public offering just came in and crushed this one. And this is why I typically don't trade pre-market. Sometimes when I do it, and this one would have been quite tempting to do because we're holding our highs very well after a big run up. So this is the first leg, right? And now I'm looking for a second leg, and we're consolidating nicely. This is kind of what I was talking about before, that I was waiting for some consolidation. We move here above the VWAP, and then we break higher again. This is a 16% move. So this is a trade I would have probably considered taking pre-market. I probably would have took my profits at 5 and maybe 9%. Knowing me, I always get out too early. So I would have never held to 14%. But either way, like this pullback here could have happened also here. So just such a risky move. And a lot of people were wondering in the stream today, Alex, why were you not watching GNUS anymore? Why did you, totally write it off? And because, I mean, with an offering, you don't. Okay, I'll tell you. So this thing had a purchase price of 0.35. Basically, they wanted to raise capital $2.8 million, and they were selling at this price 0.35. So I was thinking there is a good chance that we might even see a break of $4 get to this area. We already pulled back 60%. A lot of times when you see direct public offerings, I think that the biggest one I saw was 72%, but still that would have kind of got close to the $35 area. Yeah, I don't know. That would have been a big sell-off, but still, you just don't know how far and how low they're going to go. When this bounced, this was a nice bounce, like 80%. That's ridiculous. But after this bounce, it just consolidated the rest of the day. This thing would have been, kind of annoying to trade, a little choppy. Finally having a little bit of momentum here, but again, I don't want to trade a direct public offering stock. I think a lot of people stopped watching it once it happened. It definitely brought in some good dip buyers here as well. But I don't really want to be trading this. Basically, it was just consolidating all day when we were trading from about 9:30 to 10:30. So this is when we were trading. So why would I want to trade something that just is kind of pulling lower? That's why I was not interested in trading GNUS. TTPH, this is another one we traded today. This was a pretty decent little winner here, but I gotta say, I kind of chickened out on this one a little bit, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. Let's talk about what happened pre-market here. Gapping up 50%, 7 million float, that's really nice. And this company, LJPC, had an all-cash purchase. They were trying to acquire TTPH. So this is a pretty solid move here. First leg, consolidation, second leg. This is like picture perfect. And this thing, had a nice little red to green move, not too crazy, about, 8%. And here it starts ripping up. I missed this. I totally missed this. Even though it was like the second stock I wanted to be looking at, which was kind of annoying. It got halted, pulled lower about 10% from where it got unhalted. This was the halt, and I had a limit order here at 2.2. So I could have got a little bit more aggressive, bought the halt pullback because everyone's going to be looking at this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles runs up 43%. This could have been a tremendous trade today, like huge. We could have made on our $1,000 position size, obviously $400. I doubt I would have held that long, but still, all I would have had to do was accidentally not sell on this candle or sell on this candle, and we would have been up 15, 16% alone on this candle. And then I probably would have tried to take profits as soon as possible. So, we could have made 20, 30% pretty realistically on TTPH if we bought into the halt when it got unhalted after this little, into the 7, 8, 9, 10% dip area. So whatever. I did get a nice little dip buy on this trade right here, but nothing too crazy. Again, once the bounce is weak, I always say this, and this is what happened on VUZI. When the bounce is weak, get out. I got out and it kept on pulling back. It did eventually find a bottom here at 2.2 and just had a phenomenal rip to the upside. So this was a really wild 60% move. I think TTPH surprised me many times today. But ultimately, getting aggressive in the first 15 minutes, like always, is always the best idea. And just what I really like about it is the fact that it had these two legs. First leg, 80% move, consolidation. Second leg, 60% move. I mean, that's just beautiful. That's what we're hunting for. And it's nice to kind of see some activity like this. I think my second trade was WTRH. So let's quickly pull this one up. They had an increase in earnings, so good increase in orders, 37% gap up, 88 million shares outstanding, which is a little bit on the higher end, so making me a little bit cautious on that front. Look at this pullback here. This was quite a serious pullback. When was this really interesting? I'm trying to think here. My God, I barely remember trading this one today. So yeah, it popped. Okay, this is why I'm so confused on it. This one popped up on our watch list a little bit late, and I remember being like, what's going on with this one? So it was basically negative extended hours. And right around, let's see, this popped up on our scanner right around 9:13. Okay, yeah, I remember now. 9:13. It was just super late. I was, just starting the live stream. I didn't look at it before the live stream, and I wasn't really ready to spend time on it. But $2 big resistance, and we broke through that resistance pre-market, and we were pulling back to $2. I don't typically like trading these kind of backside of the move setups. You guys know that. So I was a little bit reluctant to trade this thing out of the gates, and I wasn't really watching it too much. And guess what? This is why, so choppy, pulls back 10% out of the open. I don't know. There's so many fake outs could have happened in this area. But eventually it breaks back above VWAP, starts getting some volume in here, has one pullback to VWAP, consolidates, makes a nice little, you could probably argue an ABC pattern, maybe a pennant pattern, a bit of a triangle flag pattern here, and then has a nice breakout. This breakout here, big 5-minute breakout at 211, right in this area, has a 1-minute pullback and then rips 12%. This would have been the time to trade it, right here on this 1-minute pullback. I mean, that is picture perfect. I don't know. I don't really recall if I was watching it here, but I was definitely watching it. I remember we had this shooting star candle right here, which is a bit of a bearish signal. And I remember, just waiting. I was like, okay, there's a good chance we're gonna have a bit of a pullback. I know that 211 is a big bounce area. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some front running. So that's what I did. I put a limit order here at 217. We had a flash pullback here. I took my 4 or 5% profit bounce into this bounce. I think it was more like 4% profit, and just walked away. I was like, that's all I wanted. I just wanted that quick move. I'd sold too early, and there was a good chance we could have broke that 235, but that 2.5 resistance zone was right above, and we just didn't get some follow through that I was hoping for. So whatever, not the biggest trade on this one. So overall, not like the most blow away trading day, but we traded safe. I could have been more aggressive though in the morning, and stuck to our rules, and we were rewarded for it. So that's really, really nice. I mean, not the biggest profits, but better than a red day, and it beat yesterday. So I couldn't be any happier. Did I review everything? I almost feel like I'm missing a stock today. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. No, I talked about it. TTPH, yeah. Yeah, I'll just throw this one up one more last time just to kind of show, so you guys remember as well. Yeah, this is the little dip buy we had here. My God, talking about getting aggressive, I should have got aggressive on this pullback, and that rip. And then again, kind of this pullback as well, breaking above VWAP with volume, pulling back here, a lead gapper on the day, and then runs 30%. So many good opportunities. You just gotta, when you see an opportunity and it's still early on in the morning and it's a lead gapper with a lot of volume, you gotta jump on it. You gotta get aggressive when it counts. So you don't want to get aggressive when it doesn't count any longer, like VUZI. This is definitely FOMO, emotional after hours, not after hours, but like after ideal trading time, emotional trading here a little bit. I mean, the setup was kind of valid, and we didn't get that exponential move yet. So I'm not kicking myself in the butt for it, but I should have got aggressive when we broke the 2.5 and we had a nice healthy 2-minute pullback, right? That's a much better move. And then I could have had 9% profit on that one. So it's kind of like, again, I missed this one, and then I got FOMO'd into a kind of a not as great entry. So I hope you guys learned something from this recap video, and also during the stream today. It was really good fun trading with everyone. Don't forget, if you see a good move, call it out in the group, because especially if it fits the criteria. Like sometimes like ETFs and stuff like that, we're not really trading. If it's a really interesting setup, definitely call it out anyway. But just remember, in the streams, we're trading small cap gap and go strategy. So stocks between $2 and $7, ideally under $50 million. So, try to tailor it around that, but whatever. If you see a really good stock, call it out anyway. If I'm not going to be trading it, I probably just won't talk about it too much. But yeah, you guys have some really good picks all the time. So I'm looking forward to Friday trading with you guys again. I'll see you guys first thing on the stream. Yeah, so till then, guys, like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.